When it comes to your character, Jamshed Khan, what is that one thing that you really like about that character? What is that feel that, you were like, yes, I need to do this?
What I really liked about this character was the kind of impact he has on this story, the kind of relevance he has throughout the story. Although I've heard this a lot, and I've had this question a lot many times, that his screen time is less. He's mostly there in the first episode, then he dies, and then he keeps coming back. But the but in that one episode, the kind of impact Jamshed has had, I think uh, I am overwhelmed by the response that I've been getting for Jamshed, and I wouldn't take all the credit to myself for creating Jamshed, because that was even before I stepped into Jamshed's shoes. This story, this character Jamshed, in fact, all the characters, they were somebody else's baby. They were created by the makers, by Vikramaditya Motwane, Shomik Sen, Atul Sabarwal, who's written the screenplay and dialogues. I think they've created some beautiful characters, and we as actors, me coming and you know uh, putting soul to Jamshed was towards the end, after everything was done. And not saying that we didn't have to work hard for it. We really had to put in a lot of effort to be able to do justice to it, to be able to
For the
play
making of the character.
Jamshed. Correct. It's one of those characters, once in a lifetime opportunity to be a part of such a big show. I don't know if it's ever going to be made again. The film industry, how it was in that era, I don't know if anybody is going to make that again. And especially to work with a director who's always been on the top of my list. And when the story was revealed later, after I was shortlisted for the part, and when I was told exactly what I'll be doing and what is the length of the character, what is the impact in the story, his relevance in the story, how is it going to impact every other character's life in the story, that was the point when I was sure, like 100%, I want to be Jamshed.
And do you relate to some Jamshed in real life? Do you think that you, as a person, and the character Jamshed have any similarities or anything as such?
Some things, but not too much. He's actually pretty different from what Nandish is. Uh, but certain ways, yes, there are certain things of Jamshed, especially the quality of Jamshed, that he knows what he has because he's worked on his craft, he's worked on himself, he knows what he's getting on the table when he's sitting in front of anybody in this world. He doesn't care. He's fearless. He's not intimidated by anybody. And this has happened over time with me also. This was not the Nandish who entered the industry when I started working on television. And I think you were mentioning just before the interview, you see a huge change in me. I don't know, maybe these things have changed me slightly over a period of time. These are the things that I related with most when I read Jamshed. And uh, Jamshed, being somebody who loves what he does and he would not compromise with that, is a quality that really, really touched me, because that is something that I've learned from Jamshed. In fact, how to just know your self-worth and not worry about what is coming to you, or what is being offered to you, or what you're going to lose in the bargain if you don't do that. I think that's a quality that is from Jamshed that is always going to stick with me now throughout my life.
So, if you could tell me about when you were trying to work on this character, how did you study the character? What was the research like? And when you were trying to build that character, any character requires to, to study it, to do the research, to work on your looks and everything. So, how did you work on that?
See, we were given a lot of things to read, to
Mhm.
watch as references, because we didn't have real life people that we could
Correct.
go and speak to from that era. And the only way to learn and feel what Jamshed or any other character would do was to surrender and believe in what the director, his team, and everybody who was associated with the project, who've been doing the research, they were telling us to do. And yes, the material that was given to us, we had to work on that. There was a lot of homework involved in it. We were given the material to research and do our own research and put our own perspective into it, put our own soul into it. But at the same time, you can't take away the credit that a lot of research was already done. They knew
Correct.
what they had to tell us, and we were the ones who were like students in a class where the teacher tells you, you're not bound by that you have to write this answer, but you're still given a syllabus that this is what you are supposed to study. Now study and come back. And everybody did that religiously. We would go to our workshops. We were given all the facilities in terms of the diction classes, acting workshops. Diction was done by Vikas Kumarji. Acting workshops were taken care of by Jogi ji, and we were really pampered in terms of, we were given everything, but at the same time we were not spoon fed. We were not told, put in a cage and told you can only do this much. We were given the liberty of, do put your own perception into it, and if you go wrong, we will tell you, we will guide you, but we would not spoon feed you. And I think that was a beautiful way telling us what to do. And we were not told how to do it, but we were told this is what we require. Then you figure out your own way, how you want to do it, how you want to reach that result. And yeah, it happened slowly. So, watching a lot of old films, reading about those times, uh, kind of speaking to seniors in the industry whom I know, and speaking to some of the people, like my dad, ask him about something, or ask people, my dad's friends, or my friends' parents, ask them how things used to be in that era. Listen to music from those times, see how the bodies used to move, what was the rhythm, try and understand the rhythm of those stars who used to act in movies at that point of time. So yes, all of that, and then slowly put your own thought into it. Try and we were also, while we used to have a lot of chit chat. There was no teaching as such, but when I used to sit with Jogi ji, we would talk about, Nandish, उस टाइम पे पता है हवा कैसी होती थी, random
Correct.
conversations. मतलब, so you start feeling that उस टाइम की हवा, मतलब pollution was not there was very minimal pollution, so you felt fresh air. So those kind of details we used to talk about, and slowly, it seeps into you that, you also start thinking in that way. So yeah, all this
You
spread.
got into that character actually to, you know,
The character, I think, when we used to work on this set, and I think I used to forget Nandish. I used to feel that I'm Jamshed, and people in the beginning, what I got to know much later, was they were kind of intimidated by this personality who used to walk onto the set. So which I was told later that, they thought that was Nandish, but that was actually Jamshed walking onto the set.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.